candidate to do closing remarks, and as I stated, Mr. Vincent will close. So we're going to start on this side since we went in that order. Mr. Hall, you are first. Well, it's all right. Plug in who your endorsements are. Do something. 2 minutes, and then we'll close this evening. So, Mr. Hall, 2 minutes.
All right. And again, I want to thank everyone who participated in the forum, to all of you residents who took time out for Monday Night Football, and members, everybody else who attended tonight. I want to say Chula Vista has a host of critical issues facing it. We've discussed a lot of these tonight. The redevelopment of the urban core, the university site, the Eastern Technology Center, the Bayfront development. Economic development is the key to adding revenue and vibrancy for our city. We need to streamline our processes for business to thrive and expand. This will create jobs and keep people in their homes and bring us back to self-sufficiency and success. Uplifting the economy is the only answer to our future prosperity. I am the ideal candidate to get elected to seat 3 because of my strong economic development background and 20 years of civic involvement. I am fully prepared to lead the city at this time. I will work diligently with integrity as your next city council member, representing all the interests of the city so our economy and our community will flourish for many years to come. I want to thank you all once again for coming, and thank Earl, the timekeeper. You did a good job, Earl.
Well, thank you for inviting me here tonight and for all of you caring so much about our city. Since I prepared for 1 minute, I'm going to add a little bit to my closing, and that is I want to give you 3 things that I feel are really important that need to be addressed in our city. Transparency and accessibility of government and public participation in government. Our government needs to be more accessible to people that don't have English as a first language, for example. We should have translating facilities in our chamber the way National City does. Investment in people, jobs, education, neighborhoods, infrastructure improvements, libraries, parks, health, and safety. We need to deliver on all those broken promises that we've given people in the eastern part for parks and for pools and university, in the west for sidewalks and infrastructure improvements. And third, environmental sustainability and environmental justice are 3 important, those are important issues to me. This election is really about one thing: change direction or keep the status quo. For too long now, we've been headed in the wrong direction. The past years have been irresponsible spending, too much reliance on the housing market, increasing acrimony between community and city hall, low employee morale, lawsuits, and ballot initiatives. My opponent is supported by the same old clique at City Hall that got us into this mess. Look at his endorsements. It's the same group of people that have been pulling the strings on certain South Bay politicians for decades. If he's elected, we can expect the same mismanagement and the same old failed policies. There's a clear choice here between more of the same old stuff and change. I represent change.
Mr. Castañeda.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to thank all of you for taking time to come out here and listen to us. I know that a lot of us are aligned with one candidate or another, or a campaign or another, or, we're here for some reason or another, and that's great, because that's part of the American electoral process. That's democracy, and we all have a right to support who we like and jump up and down and carry signs and all of that, and that's what makes this country great. There's a lot of places you can't do that sort of thing. I also want to thank the people that are here and the other people that ran in the primaries. Because I got to tell you, whether you're running the national, or you run in the state level, or you run locally, or whether it's a city council, a school board, a water district, this is tough. People put their lives a bit on hold. At least the people that want to be successful do. They put their names out there. And they sort of open their lives and their hearts and their souls up to the public. And a lot of times, they're not greeted all that well. But I got to tell you, people keep coming to it. People keep wanting to serve. And it's because people love this community. I love this community. I don't doubt for a second that each and every one of the 4 of us here love this community. And we all have a bit of a different view of what's important and what's good for the community. I just happen to think, with respect to seat number 4, mine's a little bit better. And I think more people will on November 4th. But the fact is that we all have a right to share our views and our hopes, our worries, and our plans for the city with the people that will vote on November 4th, and probably just as important, the people that don't vote. Because ultimately, people will start to understand as they look out their front door or up and down their street or what's going on in City Hall, that being involved in the electoral process is what's important. We need to keep doing that. You know, this has been a pretty tough year for myself and my family. And I got to tell you, there were times when I didn't feel good about things. But I always look back and I see my assistant, Linda Wagner, out there, and her husband, John.
Thank you, Mr.
And it's people like Linda and John that make this job all worth it, and I'm looking forward to another 4 years. Thank you.
I want to also thank everyone for being here tonight, because you certainly make our city better. And this is an exciting thing to do, so there's always a race. There's always a race in either a council or a school board or something. Get involved and do it, because it's really the exciting part of life. We do give up a lot of ourselves when we get out here. Every one of us very much loves this city, I believe. But you know, I'm the candidate on November 4th that I want you to vote for. The city right now, in the last 4 years, spent over $20 million in its reserves. Somebody should have put the brakes on the spending, and they didn't do it. They are spending as much time now, almost, in closed session as they are in front of the public's eye. In closed session. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think that's right. And I don't have all the answers as a candidate, but I have the heart and I care. And I'm sick and tired of all the money being spent and all the closed door sessions. And I want you to vote for me on November 4th, because I think I'm the best candidate. Thank you very much, and God bless you.